Take note, ladies and gentlemen, this is one badass dude. 109-year-old World War II veteran. Austin, in the great state of Texas.
Is he from Texas?
I think so. I really don't know.
Yeah, there were a lot of people said God kept you here to help others. But I don't know why he kept me. I can't tell you.
Something about old dudes. You just want to listen to them. All right?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
He talked to him. He ain't talked to me. My name is Richard Arvin Oates.
Wow.
I am 109 years old.
Shit.
Still walk. I still talk. And I still drive.
What a badass dude.
Dude, look what he drives too.
That old school. Reminds me of my
Look at that ashtray. Let's do this.
Your boy looks awesome. Look at that hat.
A cigar.
Look at that watch. Just dapper.
Is that an old Ford?
Guarantee you that lady riding with him is probably 40 years younger than him.
They give you eye test. Everything they give in there, I pass it.
Wow.
Like the
I
rings.
feel good going on driving.
He's still 100% independent. I mean, that's nuts.
Yeah.
109.
I like to drive.
20 years older than my grandpa.
They drive crazy.
I agree with him. Others do drive crazy.
He just cruises.
There he was.
I am the oldest World II veteran.
Thank you, sir, for serving. Badass dude.
I went in the Army at 1940.
Oh wow, before anything really happened. Just
Made
joined.
more braver, stronger. I can sleep at every door was open here without a lock on it.
Man.
Ain't scared. No, ain't nothing no boy here.
When you live through something like that, look at that.
You see a soldier with a gun, you don't see him turn around and go back this way. He may go sideways, but he ain't gonna turn around and go back.
No. Not happening.
Yeah, how hot them bullets is, he ain't gonna go back. So when you go in there, you just say, well, God, it got me now.
Almost give you chills.
He's gonna take care of it. If it's your time to go, that bullet gonna get you. If it ain't your time to go, that bullet going over your head. It ain't gonna hit you.
Man, those people from that time were cut from a different cloth, man. Seriously.
They want to keep you alive.
I don't know. They just had like a hardness to them. You know what I mean?
Just simple, man.
There
wasn't too much thought. It's just.
There was this hardiness to them. I don't
It's
know.
my time. It's my time. If it's not, it's not. That's
Like,
it.
I'm not trying to just hate on our generation, but like, there's a lot of emotion and softness in our generation. These were some hard people. A lot different. 1963. That's when my dad was born.
It wasn't good, but we had to go.
This guy had to go fight in a war caused by Adolf Hitler. Think about that.
Yeah.
Some stuff that almost seems like it almost seems like a story it was so long ago. This guy was in that.
That's where I've been ever since.
Yeah, that's a badass house from 1945.
Nice place to live.
And it's nice and clean, organized.
That's all I need.
Reminds me.
I was about one thing.
Take that radio out
I
there.
would use that one thing. I was about one thing, go by nothing, go by
Do you think he
another.
budgets? Do you think he watches his money?
I think it's just disciplined in
Truck
general.
has to run just like I want it.
I bet that truck's paid off.
So I just keep it.
So I just keep it going.
But I don't fool with a credit card. Never. Everything I get, pay cash for it.
Old school.
Just awesome. Take note, everybody.
I got 50 cents a day. That's way back yonder. But I lived out of that. Because everything was nickel, dime, 3 cents.
This dude grew up. Most of his life was segregated. Think about that.
I think I picked
When did they
pockets.
desegregate? I don't.
64
something?
or something.
We didn't know what a car was.
So the vast majority of his life.
Man, it might have been later than that. It might
I
have
really
been.
don't remember.
It might have been like early 70s.
Hey, this
actually.
is right before my time. I don't really recall. My dad says he remembers desegregation.
He was born in
He
'63.
was born in '63, but he was like one of the last places to.
It's probably
Immigrate.
early '70s or late '60s.
This guy, most of his
Because
life.
MLK died in '68, right?
Huh?
I think MLK died like '68, right?
Yeah, most of this guy's life was
Maybe sometime
segregated.
Look at this.
Smoked 12 cigars a day. Did you see that?
Smoke them for it. It makes it feel better.
This dude has seen some stuff in his life.
You can't inhale.
You can't inhale, don't do it.
Just go ahead and just scroll it down, let it go, and forget about it, swallow it. Swallow, you no taste to it. Just make you cold. I'm doing the healthy way.
The healthy way.
I'm doing it.
Evidently, what do we fucking know? This guy lived to be 109 years old.
Every time I
Outlier.
get up in the morning, that cat's
Yeah.
sitting there waiting. And either I go to bed, sometimes they sitting up there waiting because they want to get to supper. And then they want to go to bed.
Cats, man.
I wish this guy would have like written a
You don't
journal
feed a cat too
just to
much,
kind of see like the
you won't eat
mentality or the mental process of a person that lives that long. To see if there's something different with the way he thinks.
Yeah,
I wonder if, like,
like
thought has something to do with it.
for sure.
Obviously, he can't be a like super stressed out guy.
I want to see my cats every morning.
You should probably accept it. I mean, weirdly, he reminds me of my
I wake
grandpa,
up 1
which was
o'clock,
also World
and
War
I
II
wake
guy.
up at 2
Yeah.
or 3. Every time I wake up, I
Did your
just
grandpa
get up.
serve in the Pacific or the European theater?
Get me a cup of
Pacific.
coffee sometimes. I drink
So they were on the opposite
4
ends
cups
of the.
coffee in the morning. This morning I drank about that much whiskey.
Maybe we need to start our day with whiskey, Ryan.
Fish, corn.
Milk, fish, and corn and soup.
Soup.
Okay, that's good.
I love soup. A lot of people don't like soup. Don't drink milk. But I've been drinking milk for probably all my life.
Saying other people don't do it
Ice cream, I eat ice cream every
Yeah.
night. It makes me happy.
makes me happy.
Eat butter pecan. If you want to buy it, you buy butter pecan.
This guy's got it figured out, man.
It's the Overton diet. If anybody dies, they want to eat it.
So awesome. So badass. Got that Holy Bible.
Church is a wonderful place. Love the place.
I wonder, how much that had to do with his mindset.
Makes me feel good.
Mm.
I think that helps me push myself along. Going to church.
How awesome.
You learn something in church too. You learn how to live better, how to treat people.
I'm gonna pause it just for a second.
Alright.
Man, so just thinking about it, like obviously, like our generation is moving away from church because, whatever. But we haven't really replaced it with anything that serves. Like we all know, hey, you shouldn't kill people. We know that. Hey, you shouldn't steal. Everyone knows that, but we don't have like a weekly like little lesson or thought or like a mentor. Like people use preachers break down Bible verses and everything else as mentors, and the Bible is pretty insane, like with some of the stuff in it, but they do cherry pick points that help you. And so
Yeah.
props to the guys out there doing that. For the most part, that's what most churches are nowadays, or probably for a while. You have some fire brimstone churches, but I mean, I wonder if what that has to do with it. I'm not saying that all people need to go to church, but I wonder what, you could kind of get what I'm saying.
There's the community and
The gap is
the
gone.
The congregational, the community side of church, people getting together, and it's kind of like a routine and a tradition every Sunday or every Wednesday night. Like, where is that for?
and pushing thoughts.
Yeah,
you know?
pushing some sort of a thought or some sort of an idea.
Goodwill.
Socially. Like, what is replacing that if religion kind of dies out? Maybe something's coming. Maybe the internet and maybe something evolves.
No,
from
but it's
that.
still different though. The internet's just not. I mean, I can make a Reddit post and have a million people say, "Oh, this is awesome,"
and then it's gone.
and then be sad as soon as I could go into my bedroom and I'm alone because I haven't had a human interaction in hours.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, so what? There's not. We're not set up the same ways like this. Like this guy has this routine, and a lot of older people go, and then like. I think a lot of people younger, it's like it just seems almost weird. When they're super churchy, it just always seems like something's different about that person, like off.
No, I completely agree with you. Younger people, when they're like this, something's odd about them. To me, anyway.
Yeah, but with old people, it seems like it's wisdom.
Because everyone did it back then, and everyone did it because it was more sincere. I think.
Yeah.
I would imagine it would be more sincere, and they. I don't know. There weren't a lot of people going against the grain as far as religion goes back then. But now it's almost like there's so much information. And I don't know. I feel like people nowadays, when they're hyper religious, they wear it as a badge.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Look at me, I'm hyper religious.
Yeah, I'm above you.
Yeah, I'm above you. 100%.
Or they're just scared to death and like
Yeah.
that as well. Which I get that. It's scary. Death is scary.
To your original thing,
But-
though, your original point, I don't know what's going to replace it. Maybe something will emerge that replaces that. I don't know. Sam Harris talks about this. He's real well-known atheist. He talks about one of the most, he's super anti-religion on this, but one of the most redeeming qualities of religion and church is the organizational aspect and the routine and
Yeah, you have a group and a
the
community.
custom. Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like these serial killers and stuff like that. I guess some of them, BTK killer was into it, but I was gonna say like a lot of these guys, if they had people that cared that were outside, they're like two people. How different would it be?
Yeah.
On these people that are depression style, like just the world's bad, or it's just closing in around you, and they don't have like this circle. You know what I mean? Like how much.
Like we were talking about earlier, going back to the Malcolm Gladwell thing that we were talking about with the people living longer because of their social group and having a thick and robust circle and network. How many serial killers or violent offenders, how many of those people would perform these crimes if they had this loving, great social group around them?
Sure, a few still.
Yeah, definitely a
But-
few still, but how much would be eliminated by that? Who
Even
knows?
these mass shootings.
I know, right? I don't know
That's
what's
the
going
new
on.
thing.
There's just this. There's something wrong with the fabric of everything. I don't know. It's hard to get down to.
Just a little pause right there.
You know, and all that. Got to say some of that to somebody else. And singing, I love that church singing. Beautiful.
Yeah, something to that too.
I just feel like this was just a good dude.
Church is
Just a good dude who lived a good life.
You got to go for one person, that's yourself.
Or just it is what it is, no
Good
regrets.
have a spiritual life. But you got to live it. Makes you feel better.
As old as she is, he was like 35 when she was born, probably.
We get along real nice.
Yeah.
Oh, she's 91 years
Never
old.
mind.
And I'm 109.
Well, he was 18 when she was born. I mean, that's still pretty wild.
He's one of the oldest living humans ever.
Yeah, we go to the hospital to see people. We go to the grocery store. We go shopping sometime. And,
I bet he still looks forward to things. You know what I mean? He's still like, man, I can't wait to go to the grocery store tomorrow with my friend.
She's just a nice person.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people, I think, probably give up. Like, man, life's just so crappy.
Yeah, we have fun together.
Man, man, I know my grandpa, he's got like that. He's like super, he likes his patterns, and he's just like, my grandma died like 15 years ago. He's like, oh no, I'm going to make it to 100. And it's just been his thing.
just going.
Been to 100, and he still does things like he's trying to put a decoration up. Instead of stepping on a step stool, he stepped on a chair.
Yeah.
And he didn't fall, but he like fell backwards. Somebody like cut his leg. He had to go to the ER. This is last week. Had to get stitches in his leg. He's like, yeah, I just don't want it to get infected, but it'll be okay. Just like this.
How old is he?
91.
91.
Oh man, he fell off a 5-foot little like cliff thing. Not a cliff. Fell and landed on his shoulder. Didn't break anything. 3 years ago, he was 87. He backed his truck into a river. Went under the river. I've told you this, I think.
No, you have not.
Oh, my God. This is a story. Okay, so.
That's that generation, though.
Yeah.
That's that generation.
Dude,
Just like 87 going into a river, A-okay.
Well, his truck, it went under the river. It was completely covered over the top. Couldn't open the door, obviously, so he rolled down the windows. He said, I just sat there and I waited. I can picture him calmly just being like, all right, here we go. Water filling in. He's like, when it filled up enough, like to the top of the window, I went out the window, and it was an old 69 Chevy pickup truck, and they had wood boards for the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the boards floated up, and he's like, as I was going up, I hit my head on this board, and I grabbed a hold of it. It was one of my boards out of the back of my truck. He said, there's a guy on the banks. He said, I don't know how to swim. And then he like cast him his fishing line, and he like grabbed it, and he just pulled him in.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a river.
I hauled in a big one today, honey.
Yeah. And
A
so,
World War II veteran.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, yeah, that happened.
He already killed most men.
87.
He's just like, another day in the office.
87. Yeah. I mean, even a lot of people, that happens, and they die, and that's it. They freak out, and, open the window.
I guess when, like, you've been in, like, some serious combat, you just kind of calm down in life.
There has to be something to that, too.
You realize, if you come out of that and you're not shell-shocked and, mentally warped, when you come out of that, you probably have some kind of a weird calmness, about you. Just like, everything's going to be okay. I got shot at, or I got shot, or I saw people get shot in front of me.
I think that can wear on you as well, though. I mean, it's probably a fine edge.
That's why I'm saying, if you come out of that and you're not just, like, traumatized, if you do get past that PTSD point, you probably just kind of don't care about little things.
Yeah.
I would imagine. I don't know. I'm just imagining.
Yeah. But anyways, he likes his routines and something. He's very calm, like this, very kind of just slow, thinks a lot. And
does your grandpa pay in cash? Does he have credit cards?
No credit cards. Ever.
Just all about the cash?
He doesn't even have a debit card.
Just not having it, huh?
I don't think he's ever had a debit card now I'm thinking about it.
Huh.
He has checkbook that I don't think he writes checks. I think he pays everything cash now. Yeah. Pretty sure.
Probably
he writes down
keeps about $250 on him at all times.
Probably a little more than that.
Probably $500 all times.
Yeah, probably. And then he, I know he keeps track of, like, for some reason, every time he buys gas, he writes down how much the gas was and how many miles is on his car. He's always done it.
What?
Yeah. It's just something he does.
Have you noticed this? Okay. I've seen a couple of things like this about these older people, and just, I'm imagining your grandpa. But, like, didn't it seem like there's some kind of order to them? They have a lot of routine, but it seems like there's this little order to what they do.
No one makes them either.
They're more orderly about some of the things that they do. I don't know if that makes any sense, but they seem more organized as people. Like that dude's home. You saw his home, nice and clean, orderly.
Better than this room. I mean,
yeah.
shit.
I mean, it's just so strange. But like, obviously he probably has a lot of time to do something like that. But I don't know. I wonder if it speaks to like what he's got going on in his mind.
Maybe. I think he's just very calm. And I mean, like if I had to picture my grandpa, I think he thinks quite a bit, and I think he thinks it's very calm. It is what it is, and I mean, honestly, like the whole is if the good Lord's willing is probably what he's really. He's like, I'm all here by chance, and, I'm going to live the best life I can because this crazy chance of existing is nuts. So, and that's it. That's it. That's nothing else matters because that's all. It's the truth. Like it's the bottom line truth, and everything else, like, it's irrelevant, Yeah. I think that's kind of where he's at on that. But.
Lots to do. I'm still living good. Ain't suffer nothing. I get what I want.
Looking sharp in that picture.
I get what I want.
I'm still living all right.
cigars, man. So I wonder what this guy would think about, like, the whole...
Just an American hero right here, dude. For real.
Give up, you're through. You just down yourself.
Mm.
I am. I'm giving you
That's him with,
my secret to a long
Obama.
life if you ever use it.
That's why my grandpa's probably very close. This is just recently. They flew all the veterans out. World War II. There's not a lot of them left. They flew them all out to D.C. this last year.
God.
My time ain't got here yet. And I don't know when I'm coming.
He almost seems defiant. He's like, hey, this ain't my time.
You either. Neither one of us know when we going. I may give out, but I never give up.
I like this old dude. Hey, let's live to be 100, by the way.
Dude.
Let's do it.
What's his first name? Richard?
I don't recall. I don't remember what
Richard
it was.
Overton, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Overton was his last name. I like that guy. He's seen a lot of change in his life. A lot.
Still alive right now.
Yep.
111 years old.
Oh my
218
God.
days. Born in Bastrop County, Texas.
Does it say exactly where he was born and where he grew up?
Bastrop?
Bastrop?
Bastrop.
Okay.
Bastrop. Wild.
Ba-da-bup, ba-da-bup, ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bup.